Beat the Dark Elf Crypt with one champ. What is going on, Raiders? Soda Dragon here, and today I'm showing you how to beat the Dark Elves Faction Wars Stage 21 with only one champion. Yes, all through the waves and the boss, only one champion. So yes, guys, this is an absolutely true solo. We are not using other champs to get our champ to the boss to beat the boss. Nothing like that. We're only using one champ through everything. And the great thing about this champ that can solo stage 21 just by herself is that she is free. Some of you guys might have guessed already by that, but yes, it is Vizix. I did a champion guide a long time ago on her, and I noticed that, you know what, she can solo a lot of stuff. I mean, we're talking like Nightmare Campaign, Potion Keeps, Minotaur. She can do it all. Now add to that list, she can solo Faction Wars 21 for the Dark Elves. So by herself, can she get through those Martyr waves and those Valkyrie waves? Yes, she can. So guys, the goal here really isn't to go out and get you guys to solo stage 21 of the Dark Elves just with Vizix. It's pretty hard, and you have to manual through those first two waves of Martyrs and Valkyries. Once you get to the boss, it is full auto, you're good to go. But it's pretty time consuming. So really think about this video as more of a proof of concept. And what am I proving? That Vizix is a badass. So surround her with a few champs, and Faction War 21 for the Dark Elves should be easy. So I'm gonna go over her gear stats and masteries at the end, but you guys might think that really the key to this is regeneration gear, but it's not. She is not in regeneration gear. No, she's not in triple immortal either. What makes this work is a stun set. I don't think I've seen anyone use her in a stun set, but I'm telling you, it's powerful. I mean, just look at the results. She can solo this whole stage by herself. Now, Vizix is not your common candidate for a stun set. Normally we say, if a champ has an AoE A1, then we put a stun set on them. And that's normally a pretty good guideline, but trust me, Vizix is awesome in a stun set. Here's why. When you book her out, and you're gonna need to if you want to solo, by the way. If you want to use a team around her, you don't have to book her out. But yeah, if you're booking her out, then 2 out of her 3 attacks always will be AoEs. That's a lot. Think about it. 66% of the time, she is doing an AoE. So she works absolutely great in a stun set. So as far as the boss himself, the Incinerator here, notice with all these debuffs that they can all be resisted. So nowhere here do you see cannot be resisted, even that turn meter decrease. So we say HP burns, poisons, true fears, turn meter decrease. All that can be resisted, so we do want to resist it. So our Vizix build is a high resist build. Plus on wave 1, we're facing Martyrs with their decreased defense on their A1. Really bad. If they get that decreased defense on your Vizix, man, those enemies are going to hit her so hard. So yes, we do want to resist those. And in wave 2 with those Valkyries, with that turn meter suppression, that's really bad as well. Once again, we want to resist that too. So really through the waves and through the boss, we're using a high resist build. So as far as manual or auto for wave 1 and wave 2, you're gonna have to manual through them. But once you get to the boss, it is targeted auto. So you turn on the auto. Firstly, you're gonna target the ad on the left. That ad puts up block damage on the boss, so that's no good. Kill her off as fast as you can, and then target the ad on the right that puts up that block debuffs buff on the boss. Kill that ad, and then just go for the boss. It's full auto from there. So as you guys can guess, with manualing through wave 1 and wave 2, this is a time-consuming process. This is as time-consuming as manualing something like Bommel, and as nerve-wracking too. So once again, this is more for proof of concept for you guys, but absolutely you can see it can be done. And one more tip for wave 1, keep your eyes glued to those 2 Martyrs, and for wave 2, keep your eyes glued to those 3 Valkyries. Glued. Don't worry about everybody else. Those are the champs that you care about. Once again, keep your eyes glued to those Martyrs and glued to those Valkyries. Those Martyrs and Valkyries must be CC'd at all times. All times. If they get up that counterattack even once, your run is probably over. So that is your goal. CC those Martyrs and Valkyries all the time. And don't forget about Vizix's A1, that turn meter decrease is huge. Plus, yes, it can proc that stun as well. So the A1 is as useful as the A2 and the A3. All right, guys, on to Vizix's gear stats and mastery. So I have her in a stun set and an immortal set. On to her total stats. So I have her HP at 69,000. I have the attack at 1,700. Defense at 2,800. Speed 213. Crit rate 43%. Crit damage 93%. Resist 293. And accuracy 217. So what are our most important stats? Well, firstly, the HP here, get it as high as you can. With the speed, don't go any lower than I have it here, 213. Higher, the better. So if you can go faster than 213, all the better for you. So for the accuracy, make sure you're getting plus 200. And for the resist, try to get plus 300. You see, I have very close numbers, at least on the resist. For the accuracy, yes, I do have plus 200. So once again, above 200 for the accuracy and shoot for plus 300 for the resist. So as far as the books for her for a solo build, yes, you definitely do want to book her out. I mean, all the way. It's really important, especially for this A2 here and this A3 here. You want to get that cooldown. So for a solo, absolutely. If you're using her as a part of a team, you may not need to have her booked out. Onto our masteries. So down the defense tree right here, we are doubling down on her stuns by increasing the rate at which she can stun. So instead of an 18% chance, which is base for that stun set, we're upping it to a 23% chance. So plus 5% chance with this fearsome presence mastery here. Now down the support tree, we do have lasting gifts. So we're potentially extending the duration of her buffs. So for this particular solo run, it is her self shield. So we're getting one more turn out of it potentially. And here, we are getting Master Hexer to potentially extend the duration of her debuffs by one turn. Now this will not extend the stuns, but as far as her decreased speed, yes it will. Alright guys, that is it for this solo Faction Wars 21 Dark Elves Physics build. So if this gear looks a little intimidating, don't worry, I will put out a video later that shows a duo for Dark Elves 21. And this duo is much easier as far as gearing goes. So it's much less gear intensive. As you can imagine, every extra champ that we add to the comp is going to make things less gear intensive, right? So I'm going to show you that duo video. Maybe in a few weeks, we'll see. But once again, that's going to be much less gear intensive than this particular build. Alright guys, that is it. You know what? Physics is just an awesome champ. I cannot believe how they turned things around when they reworked her. I mean, she's absolutely awesome. If you guys have seen my channel, you know how often I use her, how many videos I've used her for Doom Tower videos, just everything. She is honestly awesome. And here's another milestone for her. She can solo Faction Wars 21. And yeah, she's free. Probably the best part, right? So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. And if you guys haven't yet, like, subscribe, and share. Turn on all notifications. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.